I get Yoga Journal and got a subscription to that, and in one of them it was talking about keeping the shoulders safe, and it had a picture of a person in downward facing dog. Now in downward facing dog, what I've always done is, I get you guys to push the thumb and index finger particularly into the ground so that we're getting a bit of an internal rotation of the forearm, but we're trying to externally rotate the upper arm. Now this article was a little bit different, and it said you should try and internally rotate especially the upper arm, and it said if you want to try it dynamically, to sort of like demonstrate the way the joints of the shoulder move, is you could come into a standing position like this, and you take the arm out about 45 degrees, and without really thinking much about the position of the shoulder, you just bring the arm up, and if your shoulder's in good shape and you've got no injuries, that should feel good on the shoulder, so you can just bring the shoulder up. And what I was trying, and it didn't mention this in the article, but in downward facing dog, I try and externally rotate that upper arm. So if I'm trying to do that, as I bring the arm up, it gets stuck. So you lose that mobility. So I'm thinking maybe we should a little bit more of an internal rotation in downward facing dog. Maybe point the fingers in a little bit more. So when we're in down dog, usually the middle finger or index finger is pointing forward. So maybe turn them in just a little bit more, so you're getting more of that internal rotation, and it frees up the shoulders a little bit more. So just think about that when we're in downward facing dog, and I'll mention that from time to time. We do a lot of downward facing dogs, and I'll probably research it a little bit more. And also, when we're doing chaturanga and up dog, you want to keep those shoulders nice and safe. Okay, let's start off seated. We'll work on the breath a little bit, so I'll just rest the hands on the knees. Totally relax the shoulders, close the eyes. Just thinking about broadening across the collarbone, chin tucked, head back slightly. Start taking longer, deeper breaths. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the nose. As you inhale, you're filling the lungs, expanding the ribs as much as you can. Exhale, making that exhale just as long as you inhale. A lot of the time we don't think about how we breathe, and the breathing is a lot shallower than it is now. So we're trying to fill the lungs, trying to expand, trying to strengthen all those muscles that enable us to breathe. A little bit of sound as you breathe. Ujjayi breathing, we're restricting the flow of breath slightly through the throat as we breathe. Making the sound of the ocean. A lot of people call it ocean breath. Now let's just bring one arm to the side And just keep them free, try not to rotate the arms, try not to think about it, you're just bringing those arms up, trying to frame the face. Now bring them down again. Now try and externally rotate the arms, so turn the palms more towards the ceiling, and then bring them up. See how that restricts the motion? So release the shoulders, and then bring them back up. So we want to try and get that freeness of movement as we do downward facing dog. We take the hands behind us, interlacing the fingers. I'm trying to soften the shoulders a little bit. And then as you hinge forward at the hips, looking forward, go as far as you can. And once you've gone as far as you can, you're tucking the chin and you're starting to bring the arms up. And then we come up. We place the left hand on the mat, a couple of feet behind, to the side, lined up with the hips. Inhale the right arm up, reach up, take a side stretch, breathe, looking up towards the ceiling. And then we come out, over to the other side, inhaling the other arm up, reaching up, take the side stretch. And we come back up again. Well, back to what I was saying earlier about the funeral procession. It was at Windsor Castle, which is in Berkshire. It's sort of south east of London, and my wife's aunt and uncle live quite close to Windsor, probably about 10-15 miles or so. And on one of our visits over there, we went around Windsor Castle. If you ever get the chance, do it. It's an amazing place. It's very interesting. Okay, come onto your hands and knees. So let's do cat-cow, but we're going to do it with the legs. So as we inhale, we bring the right leg up, we look up. And as we exhale, we pull that knee in, tucking the chin. Inhale, extend. Exhale, knee comes in. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. This is going to warm up the spine. By extending the leg, we're working on the back muscles a little bit more and the glutes. So it's going to strengthen up that area. Trying to pull that knee in a little bit closer each time. And then we're going to switch sides. Inhaling as the other leg comes up, looking up. Exhale, knee in, tucking the chin. Inhale, extend. Exhale, knee in. We're trying to move with the breath. So Ujjayi breathing. Pulling that knee in a bit closer on each exhale. We come back on our hands and knees. We come into child's pose, just gently stretching the back out. Totally relax. And then we're going to walk the hands over to the other side, to one side, stretching out the one side of the back a little bit more. And then we walk over to the other side. And then back to center. We start to slide the hands forward. Just relax the shoulders. So this time, just stay in that puppy dog. So I'm not going to tell you to bring the armpits towards the ground this time, because that gives you a little bit of, let's see, if you bring the armpits down. Yeah, the armpits down does give you an internal rotation. So try bringing the armpits down. But just leave the shoulders, just let the shoulders do their natural thing. So as you extend the arms forward, the hips are over the knees, arms are extended forward. And as you bring the armpits down, you're getting that internal rotation of the arms. And it opens up the shoulders. See how that feels. To me it feels fine, feels good, shoulders are happy. Dolphin. We get the elbows under the shoulders, knees under the hips. We tuck the toes. When you come up, don't move the toes back. Some people come up, they walk the feet back, don't do that. I would rather you keep the toes where they are with the knees bent, hips up and back. And again, we're just letting the shoulders do what they want. Chin is tucked, you're looking between the legs, you're trying to get the back nice and neutral. And we're trying to get more of a straight line from the elbows all the way through to the hips. You're breathing. We bring the knees down. We sit on the heels, we slide the hands so that the fingers are lined up with the toes. We open the chest, head goes back carefully, opening the whole front body, breathe. And if you want, you can bring those hips up. We bring the sit bones down, we slide the hands forward, we bring the knees under the hips, we come into downward facing dog. Maybe turn the hands in a little bit more just to get more of an internal rotation of the arms. Try and relax the shoulders, keeping the back neutral, bending the knees if you need to. If you can keep the back neutral with the knees, with the legs straight, you can then start bringing the heels closer and closer to the ground. And then we look forward, we walk forward between the hands, inhaling halfway up, exhale as you fold forward, inhale coming all the way up, exhale into mountain. So I'm going to face you guys. So just for a change, you can see the front of me instead of the side all the time. I may have done this last week. So I'm going to go down, we're going to do hip opener, and we're going to do pyramid, not pyramid, we'll do star pose. Inhale as the arms come up. Exhale, folding forward and down. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, we plant the hands, we walk back into plank. We bring the knees down, we bring in the chin, chest forward and down. We're inhaling into cobra or up dog. We exhale, downward facing dog. We inhale the right leg up, extend it down dog. We stack the hips. So you're bringing the right hip over the left hip. You're bending that top knee. You're breathing. Just letting that hip open. We extend the leg. We pull the knee forward, coming into star pose. So I'm bringing the knee fairly close to the hands. Then I'm shooting the leg over. And then I'm opening up. Breathing. We bring that top hand down. And I used to tell people to come and do a few push-ups here. They thought I was joking, but a few people did it. So we do 2 or 3 push-ups. We extend the leg. We switch top foot down, other leg comes up. We stack the hips, bending the top knee, take a breath or two. And then we pull that knee towards the hands, we shoot the leg over to the side, trying to keep both legs straight, both hips off the ground. We open up. We're getting a little bit of a back bend here. We bring the top hand down and we do a couple of push-ups. 1, 2, 3. We extend the leg. We bring the knees down and we take child's pose. So don't forget, we're all a little different, we're different strengths, we're different flexibility. Don't do anything that doesn't feel quite right, or if you're struggling to do something, then your body's probably telling you, stop here, don't do it. So take care of yourselves. Back onto the hands and knees. Downward facing dog. Now this time we're just going to bring the feet a little closer to each other and we're just walking the dog. You're just bending one knee as you straighten the opposite leg. It's going to stretch out the calf muscles. And then we look forward, we walk forward between the hands. Inhale halfway up. Exhale, folding forward, bend the knees. Inhale into chair. And then we come back into mountain. So let's do some lunge salutes today. We'll start off in chair. We'll then take the right leg back into a lunge. And then we'll lunge on the other side. Inhale into chair. Exhale as you fold forward. Inhale halfway up. Exhale, I'm just bringing my fingertips to the ground, taking the right leg back, knee down. Inhale as the arms come up. We're going to hold this for a breath or two. We come into plank. Knees down, chin chest forward and down. Inhaling into cobra or up dog. Exhale, down dog. Breath or two in down dog. We inhale the right leg up. We exhale, we sweep that through, back knee down. We'll lunge on the other side. And this is too much of a lunge, too much of a stretch. You can just bring your hands down like that. If it bothers the shoulders with the arms up, just bring those hands down. We bring the fingertips to the ground. Back foot joins the front foot. We inhale halfway up. Exhale, folding forward, knees bent. We're back in chair, and then we come into mountain. Other side. Inhale, chair. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, fingertips to the ground. Left leg back, knee down. Lunge with the arms raised, all the hands on that front leg. On your next exhale, we do plank, knees down, chin chest forward and down, inhaling into cobra or up dog, exhale, downward facing dog. Couple of breaths here. We inhale the left leg up, exhale, we sweep that foot through, back knee down, lunge on the other side. And the lunges with the arms raised help us get ready for the backward bends. The cobra, the up dog also. We're opening the chest, and the lunges opening the front of the legs, which we need for the wheel pose. So we're going to same again, this time a little bit faster. Inhale, chair. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, we plant the hands. We're back into plank. Chaturanga, or knees, chin, chest to ground. Inhaling into cobra or up dog. Exhale, down dog. We did that wrong. Walk forward between the hands. Inhale halfway up. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale into chair. Exhale, mountain. Okay, let's get it right this time. Inhale into chair. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale halfway up. Exhale, fingertips to ground. Right leg back, knee down. Inhale as the arms come up. Exhale, we're in plank. Chaturanga. Inhaling into up dog. Exhale, down dog. Hold down dog a breath or two. We inhale the right leg up. Exhale, we sweep that foot through, back knee down. Inhale as the arms up. Exhale, back foot joins the front foot. We inhale halfway up. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale into chair. Exhale, mountain. Inhale, chair. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, fingertips to the ground. Left leg back, knee down. Inhale, arms up. Exhale into plank. Chaturanga. Inhaling into up dog. Exhale, down dog. We hold down dog. We inhale the left leg up. Exhale, we sweep it through. Back knee down. Inhaling the arms up. Exhale, back foot joins the front foot. We inhale halfway up. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale into chair. Exhale, mountain. Okay, same routine, but a high lunge if you want. You still do the low lunge if you prefer. Inhale into chair. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale halfway up. Exhale, fingertips to the ground. Right leg back, knee high. Inhaling into the high lunge. Exhale, plank. Chaturanga. Inhaling into up dog. Exhale, down dog. 2 or 3 breaths. Down dog's almost like a relaxing pose now. You're pushing the thumb, index finger into the ground, you're pulling the armpits towards the ground. Just letting that natural rotation, internal rotation of the arms. We inhale the right leg up. Exhale, we sweep that foot through, back knee high. Inhale, high lunge. Exhale, back foot joins the front foot. Inhale halfway up. Exhale, folding forward, head relaxed. Bend the knees. Inhale into chair. Exhale, mountain. Inhale, chair. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, fingertips to ground. Left leg back, knee high. Inhale into high lunge, crescent. Exhale, plank. Chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Take a little breather. Inhale the left leg up. Exhale, we sweep that foot through, back knee high. Inhale into crescent, high lunge. Exhale, back foot joins the front foot. We inhale halfway up. Exhale, folding forward, knees bent. Inhale into chair. Exhale, mountain. Okay, this time we're going to hold the lunge, add a little bit of a hamstring stretch. Inhale, chair. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, fingertips ground, right leg back, knee down. And we come up. Sweeping the arms up. Then we're going to bring the hands down. We're going to keep the hands down on the ground. We're walking that front foot forward an inch or two. And we're going to move back and forth into a hamster with the leg straight, leg extended, and the knee bent. So on your exhale, we start to straighten the leg. Inhale, lunge. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. So this time we're going to hold the legs straight. I'm trying to get the kneecap toes towards the ceiling. I'm coming way up on my fingertips. I'm bringing the hips slightly forward and just find a stretch that's good for you, nothing too intense. The more you fold forward, the more you're going to feel it in the back of that leg. Don't feel it too much. But eventually, maybe we can fold all the way forward. We can even bring the forearms to the ground. Lizard. We're back in the lunge and we're bringing the forearms to the ground. Now this is where you might want to use a block. So the forearms are sitting on the block. You can stay high like this, or you can get a little bit lower to get more of a hip opening. Just go to your level and breathe. We're getting the same sort of hip stretch that we would in happy baby pose. We come back up and we're going to switch. So I'm just going to stay on my fingertips. I'm going to take that front foot back, other foot forward. I'm in the lunge on the other side. And then we're going to do that little movement. So we inhale, and on the exhale we start extending that leg. Inhale, lunge. Exhale, extend. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. We start holding that leg straight. We get into a little bit of a deeper quad stretch, stretching out the back of that other leg. Walk the hands in closer if you want. Come up, bring the hips forward, and then back down. Back into the lunge, lizard. Bringing the forearms onto a block or onto the ground and hang out here. We come back up. Let's go into plank. So plank, we're like a plank of wood. I'm wiggling my toes back, so I'm getting more opening of the wrists. I'm keeping the heels over the toes, and then a side plank, right hand to center. We stack everything. If you want, you can bring the top foot down or the bottom knee down in front. We're looking up ideally. You're breathing. Maybe you're shaking a little bit. That means you're working. Keep the shoulders safe. If it bothers the shoulder, come out of the pose. Other side. We're back in plank. We're bringing the whole body forward. Chaturanga. Inhaling into up dog. Looking up. Engage the core. Exhale, downward facing dog, and then child's pose. And we come back up. I think we'll do some more lunges. I think lunges are great before you do back bends. So let's just bring the right foot forward, back knee down. So in the lunge, what I tell people is as you go deeper, you're getting a little bit more arch in the lower back. So what is nice, I think, to keep that back nice and safe, is it's almost like you're trying to glue this front foot to the ground and you're pulling that foot in a little bit closer. This is going to give you a good stretch, the front of that back leg. If you want to go into a little deeper stretch, you can take hold of that back foot and you can pull the foot towards you. So I'm just holding onto it with my left hand. Sometimes I'll hold onto it with both hands and I'll pull the foot in pretty close. This can be quite intense, so just be careful with this one. And we slowly release. If you think about the back bend, we need to have the whole front body open, the front of the legs, the front of the chest. We switch. Lunge other side, gluing the front foot, pulling the foot in. And then if you want to go a little deeper, you can hold onto that back foot and pull it in towards you. It's quite a stretch, this one. Sometimes what I do, and I haven't done this for a while actually, is I'll be against a wall, I'll put my knee in the corner of a wall with my leg up, and that's quite a stretch. But you know, in a class setting we need lots of room, lots of wall space for that. Okay, come into plank again. Chaturanga, inhaling into up dog, hold up dog for a breath or two, keep the shoulders relaxed. Engage the glutes, engage the core. Exhale, downward facing dog. Look forward, walk forward between the hands. Inhale halfway up, exhale as you fold forward. Inhale into chair, exhale back into mountain. Okay, we're nicely warmed up. Let's do some standing poses. We'll do tree, balancing on the left foot, right foot is inside the leg, below or above the knee. Start off with the palms together, shoulders nice and soft, and whenever you're ready, you bring in the arms up. If you want, you can bring the fingertips together, or you just keep the arms parallel. Another thing you could do here is add a little side stretch. So if you bring the right hand onto the right knee, and we can lean over, so we're getting a bit of a side stretch, stretching out the ribs here. And then we come back up and out of the pose. Oh, what also we could do, let's do this, let's do dancer's pose. So we're going to take, we did this a few weeks ago, we're going to take hold of the right foot, outside or inside the foot. We start hinging at the hips, and I'm pushing that back foot into my right hand. I'm reaching the other arm forward, I'm hinging forward at the hips. I'm looking towards that extended arm, go into it slowly, controlled. Eventually you're going to see that back foot above the head, and you're going to keep the balance. Balance is a challenge. If you fall out, just try again. Okay, I'm out, I'm done. Balance is not so good today. So what happens a lot, it didn't happen, I lost my balance, but I did keep that knee in. Sometimes if the knee goes out, that really puts off the balance. So keep the knee in, try and keep those legs nice and close as you go into the pose. I think we need a bit more practice on that one, at least I do. Other side, let's do tree first. bringing the foot above or below the knee. Just don't push into the knee joints. Get tall, relax the shoulders, and whenever you're ready, arms come up, maybe touch the fingertips, or just keep the arms parallel and breathe. Little bit of a side stretch, left hand onto the left leg, and start leaning over. And then we can go straight into dancer's pose, or you can bring your foot down first, holding on to the outside or the inside of the foot, pushing that foot into the hand, other arm extended forward. Go down nice and slow, nice and controlled. Breathe. And then we come out. A little bit better for me that time. Not perfect. Anyway, loosen up the shoulders, shake the arms out, get nice and loose. Lean over to one side. Get that arm nice and floppy. Other side. Nice and loose. And then let's work on the legs. You're standing on the left leg. Get that right leg loose, right foot floppy. Sometimes it's difficult to loosen that foot up. Sometimes it feels like it's bolted on. So try and just let it get loose. All these muscles getting softer, getting wobbly. Other leg. There we go. Interlace the fingers. Bring the feet together, bend the knees, rest the belly on the legs. Start bringing the arms up towards the ceiling. Head is totally relaxed. Knees bent, you're supporting the belly. Just let those shoulders soften as we bring the arms up. And then we slowly come up. We bring the arms up to the ceiling again. Reach up, looking up. And then we come back into mountain. Come to the front of the mat. Inhale into chair. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, we plant the hands. We're in plank. Chaturanga, inhaling into up dog, exhale down dog. Inhale the right leg up. Exhale, bring that knee forward. We're going into pigeon. Respect the knee. Take it easy. Let's stay in raised pigeon a little bit longer this time than usual. So I'm walking my back foot a little bit further back. Again, this is going to open the front of that back leg. But we're also doing a back bend here in raised pigeon. The knee, I'm bringing the knee outside the hip. If it's too much groin stretch, you bring the knee a little bit closer to the center. You're keeping the hips nice and even, so the back is in a nice straight line. And let's take extended pigeon for a few breaths. Supporting the head on the ground or the hands or a block. And then we're going to switch to the other side. We come back up. We come into down dog. We walk the dog. We bring the left leg up, extended down dog. We sweep that knee forward. We tuck the toes of the back foot. We walk that foot back a little bit if you want. That lets you get a little deeper, a little bit into that stretch. If you're high up, you can slide something underneath that left hip. Let's hold it here for a bit. And as you know, sometimes in this pose we take hold of that back leg, but we did that in the lunge, so we'll skip it for the pigeon. And let's come into extended pigeon, supporting the head, and just relax here. And then we come back up. Down dog, walk the dog. And then sit on the heels for a little bit. So stay there. I'm just going to turn my mat around again. So what we'll do, we'll work our way to camel and then maybe wheel pose. So we've done this once already where we're sitting on the heels, we bring the hands behind us, we tuck in the chin, we open the chest, head goes back carefully, and maybe we bring the sit bones up. Sit bones down, we come high up on the knees, we tuck the toes. This is camel prep. We support the lower back. We keep the hips over the knees and we start leaning backward, engaging the glutes. Head goes back carefully. And then we come up and we rest in child's pose. The full camel. So not everyone's going to do this. If you can't reach to the heels, you're just going to do the supported camel. If you can't keep the hips over the knees, you do the supported camel. If it bothers the lower back, you do the supported camel. We engage the glutes. We bring one arm up and we reach for one heel. We bring the other arm up, reaching for the other heel. The next thing I do is I'm shifting my hips slightly forward. I'm opening the whole front body, and then I very carefully lower the head. I'm engaging the glutes, I'm shifting the hips slightly more forward, and I'm breathing. We come out the way we came in. We keep the head back, we sweep one arm up, we sweep the other arm up with the head, and then we're in child's pose. That, I find, is a nice back bend. We don't have to go into any deeper back bends if we don't want, but some of us are going to work our way into wheel. I'm taking a block. Some of us are just going to, we'll do bridge first, so some of you are just going to go as far as bridge. So we come onto our back, we walk the feet in. We're going to keep the legs parallel, and on an inhale, you're pushing the lower back into the ground and lifting those hips up. Again, just like camel, we're engaging the glutes, we're keeping the legs nice and parallel, you're keeping the gaze towards the ceiling. The next thing I do is walk the arms in closer. I'm interlacing the fingers, I'm walking the arms in, the shoulders in, and I'm pushing the arms and the head into the ground. Opening the front body, keeping the legs parallel, you're breathing. If you want to do a restorative bridge, the block is there, you can slide the block underneath the sacrum, and you can just hang out here and totally relax. If you want to go into wheel pose, I'm bringing my feet in a little bit closer. You can come straight from bridge if you want, or you can come down. I came down. I'm then bringing the hips up, just like I did in bridge. And then I'm going to bring my hands either side of the shoulders. I'm coming onto the top of my head. I walk the hands in a little bit closer. And what I find is if I'm on my toes, heels up, it relieves the pressure on the back. And then I'm just popping up into the wheel pose. Head is totally relaxed. You're breathing. As you come down, you must tuck the chin to keep the neck safe. And you come all the way down. So what happens a lot is the elbows go out, puts a little bit of pressure on the shoulders, so just be careful with that. Try and keep the elbows in. And we're trying to keep the legs as parallel as we can. One more time if you want. If you're not doing the wheel, you can hang out in bridge, a restorative bridge, or you can just sort of lie down on the ground. Do whatever. To get into wheel, hips up, walking the shoulders in, bringing the hands either side of the shoulders. So my elbows are in a little bit. You don't want the elbows to stick out. And usually I'll come up onto the top of my head first on an exhale. I walk the hands in a bit closer. Inhale, exhale, popping up and breathing. Trying to keep my feet parallel. Sometimes I bring the heels down. I'm not going to do that today. And then I'm slowly coming down, tucking the chin. Coming out. So wherever you're at, please come onto your back. Pull the knees in and just rock from side to side. Backward bends are exhilarating. They're going to give you lots of energy. So great to do at the beginning of a day, which is for most of us here. After back bending, I like to do twists. So I think we'll do a seated twist. So let's hold on to the back of the legs, rock yourself up. Let's come into a seated twist. So bring the right foot in, or you can extend the leg if you prefer, if the knee prefers that. And we're going to bring that left foot sole down, or the foot can be inside the leg, and we take a twist, hugging the knee or using the arm as a leverage. Inhale, getting tall, exhale into that twist. Inhale, unwind. We switch legs. We hug the knee, or we bring the arm outside. So what happens with the arm outside is my shoulder starts to hunch up, so I have to try and loosen it up a little bit. So I don't want it hunched up. I can avoid it. And then we get tall and we twist. And we come out of the twist. Bring the soles of the feet together. Pull the feet in, hold on to the feet. Rock from side to side. As I'm rocking, my feet are getting a little closer. Become still. Try and bring the hips forward. Neutral back. Start bringing the knees a little closer to the ground. If the knees are way up, if your back is rounded, A block would be good, or a cushion underneath the sit bones. Eventually, the knees are going to come all the way down to the ground. Baddha Konasana, butterfly pose. And you can try flapping the wings of the butterfly if you want. I don't do that very often, but now and again I do that. Eventually the knees are going to come all the way down. You're going to feel a nice stretch. You're going to feel a good hip opening here on the inside of the hips. We release. We cross the legs. We take the arms either side, shoulders nice and soft. We bring one arm, I'm bringing the right arm under the left arm, eagle arms. Touch the nose, and then slowly bring those arms up. Shoulders should be nice and open today. We release. We extend the arms to the side. We bring the left arm under the right arm. Touch the nose. And then bring the arms up. We release. Loosen up the shoulders again. Bring the right ear to the right shoulder. So we usually do this at the beginning of a class, but you know, doing it at the end just for a change. We're bringing the head slightly forward, so we're keeping that side stretch, keeping the head towards the shoulder, but we're bringing the head more forward. And again, we're keeping the side stretch, but we're taking the head more backward. We bring the head up to center and over to the other side. Start bringing the head a little bit more forward. And then take the head towards the back of the room. And then back up to center. We look over the right shoulder. And we look over the left shoulder. Back to center, chin to the chest. And we do a couple of rotations. Nice and slow. And then once you've got the chin back at the chest, you're going to rotate in the other direction. And this time, once the chin is at the chest, you bring the head back up to neutral. Come onto your back. Feet are walked in. Feet are slightly wider than hips, arms either side of you. And we'll just take the knees from side to side like windshield wipers. And then we bring the legs up, extend the legs up, 90 degrees between the legs and the torso, arms out about 40 degrees, and again windshield wipers, but this time the legs are extended, over to one side about halfway down, and then the other side. The arms are working, so you go down slow, and to help you bring the legs back up. This is going to strengthen the legs, the obliques, You're getting a little bit of twist, a little bit of movement in the spine, so this is good for the back. Just slowly going from side to side. And then we're going to bring the legs back up, feet down to the ground. Full body stretch, legs extended, arms extended over the head. Try and get as much length as you can, bringing the hips away from the feet. Trying to pull the back away from the hips, keeping length in the back of the neck. Bit of a side stretch, getting into that banana shape. And then stretch out the other side. And then recenter. And into Shavasana, bringing the arms either side, palms up, eyes closed. And just totally relax. Letting that whole body get heavy, letting yourself sink into the ground. Maybe moisten the lips a little bit. And just check the body out, make sure you're not holding tension. Sometimes we hold a little tension in the shoulders or the face in particular. So let's just work on the hands a little bit, stretch out the hands, and then clench, stretch out again, and clench, and stretch, and clench. Relax the hands, walk the feet in, keeping the eyes closed, roll over to one side, take a breath or two. And then gently push yourselves into a seated position. Inhale as you sweep the arms up. Exhale as you bring them down. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Keep the palms together. Namaste.